George the Messiah versus the White Mamba. Let's make some space for them too.
It is a Saturday in New York City. West 4th Street, better known as the Cage, is packed. Spectators line the fences, phones are out, trash talk is flying before the ball even hits the pavement. On one side, a 46-year-old retired NBA role player. On the other, a streetball character who looks like he walked out of a Spike Lee movie. Hoodie, boots, beard and all. And the internet about to have a field day.
I may suck for an NBA player, but I don't suck compared to you. I suck compared to Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook and those guys.
But before we get to what happened in that cage, let's talk about why this kind of matchup captures people's imagination and always goes viral. It's not really about who wins. We know who's going to win. The real drama comes from what it represents. The fantasy that a regular person, a local hero, could somehow take down a former pro. It is David versus Goliath. Only Goliath used to average 12 minutes a game and we're warm-ups most nights. This is where Brian Scalabrine comes in. Scalabrine played 11 years in the NBA. He made 3 finals appearances. He won a ring. He scored a career-high 29 points in a real NBA game. But somewhere along the way, he became something else. A walking inside joke. The human victory cigar, the goofy redhead who rode the bench and collected paychecks. And you know what? Scal embraced it. He leaned into the White Mamba nickname. He cracked jokes about his own career. He became a cult hero in Boston, where fans would erupt if he so much as touched the ball. But beneath all that is a competitor. And over the years, he started to notice a trend. People thought he was just some guy, as if riding an NBA bench didn't make him one of the top 400 basketball players on the planet. So he decided to do something about it. After retiring, Scalabrine launched what he jokingly called the Scalenge. He invited regular people, weekend warriors, college kids, pickup legends, to play him one-on-one. The results? Brutal. Shutouts, blowouts, complete domination. Scalabrine would play 10 feet off guys, let them talk trash, and then casually erase their shots, knock down jumpers and win 11-0. Every time. It wasn't even close. And that was the point. Because what Scal was doing, beyond defending his own pride, was teaching a lesson. Even the 15th man on the NBA roster is on a completely different level. Which brings us to George Papoutsis, the better known online as the Messiah. He's not your typical baller, former cab driver, bridge painter, self-made streetball showman. He built a following in New York City by draining shots over the fence at the Cage, shouting backboard before launching bombs from the sidewalk. He's a character, a personality, and he's good in the way a streetballer is good, flashy, theatrical, fearless. So when he said he could take Scalabrine one-on-one, it fit right into the mythology, the working-class hooper challenging the establishment, the outsider taking on the pro. The internet ate it up. And to his credit, George showed up. Let's pause for a second. The Cage isn't just any court. It is the court. If Rucker Park is the mecca of streetball, the Cage is its back alley, brother. Tight, physical, and unforgiving. It is where legends have fought for their name, their pride, their respect. And it is also where the rules bend. There is no space to hide, no refs, no real structure, just you and your opponent and the crowd. When Scalabrine stepped into the Cage, he didn't just walk into a court. He walked into hostile territory. What followed wasn't some dramatic back and forth. It was a reality check. George played physical, real physical. At times, it looked more like a rugby match than a basketball. But Scal stayed composed, let his game speak. He hit shots, played defense, used his footwork, timing and IQ. All those years of training kicking in effortlessly. Final score 11-0.
Let's go. Turns on him. Puts it up. To the main again. Yep.
Come on, Scal. White work.
Uh-oh. Take his leg. Up.
Come on. Yeah.
Back up. He goes driving down the lane. Drives up. Oh, my goodness.
Scal didn't even break a sweat. But then came the viral moment when Scal snapped just for a second. After getting bumped one too many times, he let George have it.
That's right. He's battling me every time, so I said, cool. I'm cool.
Put your hands on me, see what happens. It wasn't just about game anymore. It was about every time someone treated him like a joke. This is why these matchups go viral. Not because we think the underdog will win, but because we need to be reminded of just how high the NBA bar really is. We see guys miss shots on TV and think, I could do that. But what we don't see are the years of grind, the thousands of hours spent refining their craft, the margin for error that vanishes the second you step onto a professional court. And even a guy who averaged 3 points a game in the NBA, he can still cook 99.9% of the population without breaking a sweat. That doesn't mean streetball doesn't matter, far from it. Streetball is the soul of basketball, creative, raw, unfiltered. It is where the love of the game lives without contracts, endorsements, or highlight packages. Guys like Papoutsis do belong in the basketball conversation, but that conversation shifts the second you are standing across from a pro. It is like comparing a garage band to a touring musician. Both love music, but only one does it at a world-class level. In the end, this wasn't just about Scalabrine proving a point. It was about all the overlooked pros who had to listen to people tell them they weren't good enough. It was about all the fans who forgot just how hard it is to make it and stay in the NBA. And it was about basketball itself in all its forms. From the glitz of the NBA to the grit of the cage, there is one constant truth. There are levels to this game. And if you ever doubt that, well, just ask the guy who went 0 for 11 against the White Mamba